Welcome to This Week in the NFL Week 14 edition. Get ready for some garbage. Oh, Steelers, you gave your fans so much hope this season after the most complete win you've ever had in a long time against the Bengals. Of course, it was against their backup quarterback, but who cares? Narrative. And then with a playoff spot potentially on the line, you drop back-to-back games at home against the two worst teams in football, not named the Panthers. You are very lucky everyone else around you failed, or else you would not even be holding a playoff spot right now. Your move, Steelers. What do you want to do? While there's no toilet bowl of the week because no game was really that horrible coming into the matchup this week, but this one was that close to getting it. In a game I decided to skip due to my mental health, the Saints had their most complete win of the entire season, not involving the Patriots. We're bad, but we are not Panther bad. Trevor Lawrence is back already after a devastating injury? Interesting. Unfortunately for him, he never got the memo that gutting through the game with an injury is not helpful for you or your team. It wasn't even really his fault. Joe Flacco balled out like crazy. Who knew that he might become our best quarterback of the season? Somehow this is for first place in the NFC South. Somehow. The Atlanta Falcons score a late go-ahead touchdown before they unsurprisingly choke and give away a late-game touchdown to the Baker Mayfield-led Bucks. Tampa Bay, despite losing a bunch of games lately, is now in prime position to take the NFC South. This is basically a three-man race to get obliterated by whoever doesn't win the NFC East. Must-watch television. The Seahawks, who are in free fall and have a backup quarterback on their roster right now, lead the team, actually make it competitive against the 49ers? Dang. Too bad you ran right into a death machine and the 49ers literally can just breathe to win at this point. I have to wonder who's going to stop these guys when they're fully healthy. Detroit? Are you okay? Are you really about to throw a playoff spot away after such a good start to the season? You're letting the Chicago Bears dominate you of all teams. And Chicago, don't get too cocky. This would have actually been a sweep, and you would have been in a way better position had you just held on against the Lions last time you guys played them. Texans, I'm sorry. Did you just make Zach Wilson look good? I'm sorry, you get back in the basement where you belong. You're not a real playoff contender. Now this right here is how football is meant to be played. Clutch drives, crazy plays, and even the refs look somewhat competent today. All we need is a miracle. And they get one as the Ravens win off a punt return touchdown to end the game. Sorry, Rams, but you aren't beating the Ravens unless if they trip up on their own 2 feet. So Jake Browning played a solid game against the Jaguars, then played a solid game against the Colts. Well, I applaud his efforts. No one really expected the Bengals to do anything after Joe Burrow went down, but this is quite an impressive feat. Well done. Now, I'm not going to say you're an elite quarterback yet because that would be a little too far-fetched for my mind. And with that win for Cincinnati, New England's hopes of a 7-10 playoff berth are over. Maybe next time, don't bring your offense until last minute into the season. New England Patriots eliminated. What a fun baseball game. A clutch 3-run homer was hit in the bottom of the 9th as the Twins beat the Athletics 3-0. What? You're telling me that was a football game? Are we turning back the clock into the 1930s version of football, where men wore leather helmets? How did the Bills win this game? They're 500 on the season, and coming off a bye week coming into this game. Their playoff dreams and Super Bowl dreams are just about dead. Everyone in upstate New York wants heads to roll, and coming into a loud and rowdy environment in Arrowhead Stadium and coming against the Chiefs, who are trying to make their claim for the number 1 seed, they beat them. I would try to make some comment about this, but I jumped way off sides. And I would apologize for that, but I'm too busy yelling at the refs about this situation like Patrick Mahomes. Like, seriously, that was the most boneheaded thing you could have said. Like, what the heck, man? And the Broncos are now 1 game behind for the division lead. Fun. Also, Justin Herbert got injured for the Chargers, but at this point, I'm used to quarterbacks being injured. You know, I'm not mad at the Cowboys because they have great regular season results every year, only to choke and die in the playoffs. I'm mad at the Cowboys because they keep doing this result over and over again. Oh, but this team is different this time around. This time around, they're actually good. Yeah, let's go to the playoffs and see how far that assumption takes you. It's a Monday night extravaganza. If you look to your left, you'll see the Packers' Super Bowl hopes and dreams get vanished in thin air as the New York Giants believe in a guy named Tommy DeVito. Oh dear, this could get ugly, folks. At least Brian the Ball gets to keep his job for now, and it's a fun story, right? And with that, the San Francisco 49ers are the first team to clinch a spot at Playoff Island. Now the question is, how much does the team care about this? And if you look to your right, you'll see the Titans not understanding the concept of football. At least they put up a good fight this time against the Dolphins, but certainly there's a better way to mourn Frank Wycheck's passing than this. What the heck are you doing, Dolphins? This was supposed to be an easy game. Are you kidding me? Instead of running away with your division, now you give the Buffalo Bills a legitimate chance to win it. Congratulations, Dolphins. You gave Will Levis a comeback victory. How do you feel? This division race should have been functionally over long ago, but is wide open now because why not at this point? Not for you though, Jets and Patriots. You two are just done. At this point in time, the Steelers look so bad, even the Bengals look better than them right now. Like I said, Steelers, your move. Also, that punt return basically just sealed up the division for the Ravens, but they still have a few games to go. So anything can happen. Somehow the Jaguars are only 1 game ahead for the division lead. They would have completely lost sole possession of the division lead had it not been for the Colts and Texans choking away big games. At least they're not the Titans. Remember, kids, no one wants to be a Titan. Another division that is somehow wide open. The Chiefs should have had this one already, but ended up blowing back-to-back games and are now struggling to hold the division lead against the surging Broncos. Remember when the Broncos gave up 70 points to the Dolphins? Yeah, that team doesn't quite exist anymore. I'm calling it right now. The NFC East will win a combined 1 playoff game. Let's see how right I am at the end of the season. Oh dear, something tells me that the Minnesota Vikings are somehow going to accidentally win every game. The Detroit Lions are going to keep choking and miss out on the playoff spot, and the Vikings will win the North as the lone playoff team from that division. Lions, don't do this to us, please. In a weird turn of events, the Buccaneers now lead the division at 6-7. I have zero clue who's going to take the division at this point, so I'm just going to put you all in first place. At least I know the Panthers are fourth. Well, the Niners are definitely winning this division. The only way they can lose it now is if they lose out and the Rams win out, which is definitely not going to happen. And that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell, and don't forget about John 3:16. And I'll see you next time. John chapter 14, verse 21. Those who accept my commandments and obey them are the ones who love me. And because they love me, my Father will love them. And I will love them and reveal myself to each of them.